instrumental part of this. He met with us in Dallas. We used advice from him in his office when he was land commissioner. We met with him in Dallas, Texas, whenever we agreed to everything. We felt like we did the job right. We think we did, and I still think we did it right. I think we come up with the right answers to the questions and the problems that we had. It seems that some may not choose to agree with us, but I feel like that we did have it right. And I'd like to let you say a word or two about it.
Thank you, Tommy, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very good to see you. I agree with Tommy. We got it right in 2000, and as far as I'm concerned, and I believe the state of Texas is concerned, we're not going to let some faceless bureaucrat in the BLM deem that this land is theirs without a very, very careful survey on the ground, and where we know exactly what's what, and by survey that we agree with. So this is our land, this is Tommy's land, and we're going to stand behind Tommy. We got his back.
Well, the main reason I'm here today, you know, my land's been lost for 30 years. And I really don't expect to get it back. It'd sure be nice. But I'm here with the other farmers and ranchers up and down this river because when your neighbor's in trouble and you can help him, you need to be willing to bail in and help him if you can.
That's right.
And they're in trouble. And part of it is because I didn't fight the fight right in 1984 because I couldn't. I didn't have the opportunity to. So it's my duty now to fall in with them and be with them. And they've asked me to speak and kind of point, I guess, for them because I've lived this thing. I've lived it for 30 years. And I've lived it all the way from the guy that got sued all the way. I was all the way from the guy that was sued, that fought it in the courts, to the guy that met with or was on the Red River Boundary Commission and helped draw up the compact between Texas and Oklahoma. And I think it was a very, very fair and just compact between both Texas and Oklahoma. And again, I think we did it right with your help, and it was done right. I guess next, if there's any questions or anything needs to be clarified. Oh, sorry. Here, let Mr. Patterson have the mic here real quick.
All right. Well, thank y'all. I'm Jerry Patterson, Commissioner of the Texas General Land Office, and y'all may or may not know, but we are a property owner up here as well. When I say we, I'm talking about the Permanent School Fund. We have both surface and mineral interest that could very well be in the affected area. And like Governor Dewhurst said, you just don't come to town and say, I deem this my land. It ain't that simple. Nothing about this is simple, unfortunately. It goes back to 1803, 1819, 1924, 1980, and all that other stuff. But you cannot come along as a representative of government, any level of government, state, federal, or local, and say that, you know, we looked at this and we think it was evulsive when there's nothing that proves that up. You got to prove it up. You just can't by fiat say this is not yours anymore. And what the land office is going to do, I've got a legal team, I've got some really smart people that doesn't necessarily include me, that are looking at all the litigation that's occurred, that are looking at these treaties, that are looking at original patents and titles, that are looking at our ownership. And I got guys that work for me that make even me look good. They know about avulsion, they know about accretion, they know about erosion, they know the differences between those as matters of law. And we are not going to sit idly by and just let some folks come to town and say, we're here, we know, and we'll just let y'all go on down the road. That's not happening. So there's going to be a long, tough fight between now and whatever the resolution is. And the land office, you know, we're in it with you because we being the Permanent School Fund and the school children of Texas have an interest in this as well. So we'll be seeing a lot more of you. And I see you got your legislative delegation up here. You got good people representing you in Austin. And Congressman Thornberry as well. I don't think there's anything but unanimity that we're with you, and we're here, and we're in it for the long haul. So thank y'all for having us out here today, and we'll be talking to you some more.
I'd like for, thank you. I sure appreciate y'all coming and being here with us. I'd like for Mr. James and Mr. Springer to come and say a few words since this is in their area. This is their territory.
Thanks, James Frank, District 69. Thank y'all for coming. It really is cool to see so many people interested in this. I was just going to give a shout out to Congressman Thornberry's office because he's really taken the lead. The county has been working with us. I mean, all the local officials up here. Drew Springer is, he's got one county. We've got two that are impacted here. Senator Estes, all those guys have been working together. Just as an example, obviously Congressman Thornberry's office is working at the BLM level. As Commissioner Patterson was saying, they've got to get a survey before they can do anything. Congressman Thornberry is trying to make sure that they don't have funds to do a survey. It's about $5 million to do a survey on all of this. So there's a lot of things that are already taking place. This is not a new thing. This is something that's been going on for 3 or 4 months, and it's something that everybody is working together on. So, Drew, I don't know if you have anything you want to add.
You know, and as we hear from our constituents all the way from Wilbarger and Vernon to Montague, and I've got those 2 counties wrapped around James's too. The one thing that is the biggest challenge is the fact that we've got landowners, private property owners owning 90,000 acres that are now tied up in limbo, that they can't sell. They have no idea what to set the value with. They don't know whether to make improvements to that, and that's wrong. We don't want to wait 5 years to have a survey done and get to this point. We need a resolution in a few weeks to a few months so that these landowners can get on with their lives and run their businesses and continue to pay taxes here that run our schools. So, you know, that's our goal overall, is to get this resolved quickly, and we appreciate everybody's interest. You know, the leadership in the House with Charlie Guerin coming up, and the Speaker has sent words, as well as all of our representatives from the House that came up here. We really appreciate the support because we are united as a state. This is a Texas thing, and we're going to do it right for all of Texas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to get Michael White to run up here for a quick second then, see if he's got anything to say. His bald head back there is about to knock my eyes out. Had to keep my glasses on with his head.
Thank you, Tommy. Just on behalf of Texas Farm Bureau, I'm a state director here. That this county falls under my jurisdiction of Texas Farm Bureau State Director, and you know, Texas Farm Bureau is about the voice of agriculture, and part of that we feel like is protecting private property rights. And we just do see this as an issue that we've got to watch and take care of, and hopefully everything will work out in a good way. Yes, sir?
I thought we'd get a chance to hear from the BLM why they think they can take our land. Get a chance. Yeah, they're right over there.
But as far as that goes, we would just like to thank everybody for coming out today, all of our state legislative people, and we just do appreciate that very much, and what you people do for us down there in Austin, and thank y'all very much for that.
Again, I don't think that any of us are against the land use or, you know, recreational use. That's not what we're here for, is to fight that. We're here because we're arguing about taking private land and making it private. If they want it for recreational use, I'll promise you, the landowners that had that land will be more than happy to take compensation for what has been taken down there. I promise you they will. I know them all. Personally, I'd like to have my land back. But as a second strategy, I'd take compensation too over getting nothing for it. Again, we are all Americans, proud to be an American, proud to be a Texan. Wonderful to live in Clay County, and doggone sure proud to be an Aggie. Now, if y'all would like to say anything, BLM is here. If y'all would love to say anything, I'd welcome you to the mic.
Mr. Henderson, if anyone wants to ask us a question, they can feel free, but we're not going to address
Okay, so they choose not to address you over the mic. Said though, if you do have individual questions, they will talk to you about it. I know there's been a lot of rhetoric in the paper, different things. That's not where we want to fight this thing. I do love public opinion. I like for it to be right though. This today is here to get the facts out and to get the facts right. We want to fight it in the courts. I want to fight it through the political system. I still believe in it, and I do appreciate the public opinion. So thanks to all of you for being here, and I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy Henderson. We wouldn't be where we are today without his leadership. There's no question about this. Members of the media, if anything we can do to help you do your job, please see me. Thank you very much for coming out.